Hey guys, how you doing? Now then, I've been selling a lot of my old camping gear on Gumtree and it's been going really well. I've sold loads of stuff and I'm starting to declutter because I did have a hell of a lot. I've been having two problems though. The first is I've just been getting swamped with emails daily. It's it's quite a chore to work my way through them all. And the other thing is the cost of postage with the Royal Mail is kind of expensive on a few of the items and it's putting a few people off. And in fact, it's kind of like took me back a bit, like just how expensive some of these items are to post. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing a few things, putting them together into one package, and the idea is that I can create a full comprehensive camping kit. Something that's going to give you a rucksack, sleep system, a set of waterproofs, something to cook with, a shelter, like everything you could possibly need. So literally grab this bag, stick it on your back and off you go. And it'll make it a lot easier, and it means also that I can give you a much reduced price rather than like sort of charge you like sort of £50 for this item, £40 for that item. I'll just put it all together, do it at a discount price, and it should be a good deal for the both of us. So first things first, the bag for it, and what we've got is a British military bag, and great condition. Used it quite a fair old bit. I've hiked all around Wales with it, and it's been a good solid companion. It's got 100 litre capacity, so you can fit loads of gear inside it. By no means is it a lightweight rucksack. It's not going to be comparing with like sort of your ultralight kit which is available. But what it is absolutely bulletproof. It will stand up to just about anything. Really good, super reliable, and what it also comes with is two side pouches. Now what you'd do is you'd take these side pouches, zip them onto the side there. It gives you 10 litre capacity either side. But what I've got them set up as here is you get a separate yoke with it, so you can unzip them from the bag, turn them into a separate day sack, which is a great like little feature on this bag. It means that if you base camp somewhere, you could leave this bag, just grab the little pouches, zip them together, turn them into a day sack, and you can go off foraging, or you can go into city to grab supplies, whatever it is you need to do. Or say you're just doing like a simple overnighter, you don't need the full bag. It gives you a nice little backpack that you can just stick a sleeping bag and a tarp in, head off, and you can do like a little simple overnight wild camp. So really good bag. Can't say enough good things about it. It's been used by the British military for years and years and years, and they haven't changed it for the simple reason that it's just bulletproof and it does the job. So normally, like I say, these will be zipped onto the side. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them onto the inside of the bag so that everything's a smaller package for when I post it to you. So boom them inside there. Right, next thing that we're going to talk about is the sleep mat. And we've got a Thermarest. This is a self-inflating mat, and it does go a lot smaller than this. I've just got it done flat rather than rolled. This is the Tri-Light. Really, really super mat. Not the smallest, not the lightest again, but what it is super comfortable. And the material they use on this is one of the older materials that Thermarest use, so it's not plasticky, so if you roll over in the night your cheek goes against it. It doesn't feel really sweaty and clammy and horrible. It is really comfortable to sleep against. And you get a good 2.5, 3 inches on this, so it's a really thick, really, really warm and really comfortable sleeping mat. So I'll bung that in there on the back as well. Also, a nice little addition that goes well with the Thermarest is this. This is the Thermarest chair kit. What you do is roll this out, put the Thermarest inside, and then you've got like a mobile camping chair. Absolutely amazing if you want to sit around the campfire, or if you just found a beautiful view, you want to do yourself a brew, sit down and enjoy it. All it is that, and that's tiny. So that, coupled with the Thermarest, gives you a bed to sleep on or a chair. Really good if you're fishing as well. Gives you a nice little chair so you can sit down, watch out over your rods. So a nice piece of kit. Next up, sleeping bag. This is the Ranger Super Light. Now, 3 seasons sleeping bag. I've used this down to 0 degrees and I've been perfectly comfortable and really warm. It compresses down nice and small. I haven't got it its maximum compression there, but you'll get it down to about there if you pull the spider in. But because it's going into the packet, it's going to be sitting there for a few weeks while it's waiting to go to you. Don't want to put it onto full compression because I don't want to damage the fibres. Any sleeping bag should always be kept, lofted as much as possible and only packed away when you're going to use it. So I'll stick that in there. Right then, what we've got here is the British Military Gore-Tex bivy bag. Absolutely fantastic. It's a waterproof sleeve that you slide your sleeping bag inside, But not just is it waterproof, but it's also very, very breathable. So it means that not only does it keep the water out, but if you're hot in the night and you're perspiring, it allows the sleeping bag to breathe through this, so you're not going to get like dead sweaty and clammy inside. Really nice. Now what I'll often do is I'll use this as the bag liner. So I'll drop this in first, and I'll drop everything inside this, twist it at the top, close it up, and that way you've got everything in there waterproof then. So if your bag gets submerged, like say you fall into a river or something like that, and it does happen. It's happened to me before. It means that everything's going to be waterproof, but for the sake of making it easy, so that when this comes to your door, you can just pull everything out, I'll just stick it in like that. So that there is your full sleep system. Sleeping bag, roll mat, and a bivy bag. But you want the shelter as well, so what we're slinging in is this. This is the British military tarp. Super versatile shelter. Nice and lightweight, packs down to a really good size, much smaller than any tent that you could ever get your hands on. And it is absolutely amazing. Super water resistant, like I say, set up in a million different circumstances. So put that in there as well. Now, in order to aid you using the bivvy shelter there, I've got a couple of bivvy poles. It means that if there's no trees around, you can just stab these into the ground. They're telescopic as well, so all you do is unscrew that, set it to the length that you want it to, and then you can set your tarp any way that you want it with no trees present. So it makes it nice and super versatile. So stick them down this side here. Also what I'm going to include is some paracord. I think there's about 25 foot there. It's enough to make it nice and easy for when you need to tie out your shelter, so stick some paracord in there. And also some tent pegs. Now it's really nice if you're out and about, you can find some like wood, whittle away some tent pegs for yourself. But again, it's not always possible, so same as the bivvy poles, use it with shelter if there's no trees. You can use them to peg it out if you haven't got any other means of doing it. Now then, what else I'm sticking in there, and this is a bit special, this is the DD camping hammock. So I tend to use this, you know, late spring all the way through the summer, and you know, early autumn, because it's a little bit chilly unless you've got like an underquilt and other stuff to use when it gets colder outside. But throughout two-season camping, that's amazing. Really comfortable, really easy to set up. It's by DD. All you got to do is do a web search on them. You'll find loads of people absolutely raving about this kit. It's also got the snake skin in there, which makes it extra easy because it means that your entire hammock in the snake skin, clip it on that side, clip it on that side, undo the snake skin, hammock's there. When you need to put it away again, it's just as simple. It's incredibly fast, and it's a really nice, comfortable shelter if you want, well, not shelter, comfortable hammock if you want to like sleep between a couple of trees. So I'll sling that in there as well. Now, I wanted to include a cook kit for you, but I didn't want it to be over elaborate because we all have our own different ways that we like to do things. So what we've got is canteen, nice, simple water canteen. I think that's just shy of a litre if I remember. You've also got, and it's a bit of a tight fit, this thing. There we go. So you've got a simple canteen cup, stainless steel. Use this plenty, absolutely amazing. Really, really good. Whether you want to do it on a campfire, just stick it at the side and boil up your food, your water, your brew, whatever it is you need to do. Or it works well with the stove as well. All fits down into this nice little pouch. Sling that in there as well. But also, you're not always going to be building a fire for, you know, making your brew. So you want something nice and simple where if you do want to just quickly put down, do a brew, get up and get off again. I'm including one of these simple little cook kits. Now I prefer this to the Trangiers and your meth stoves and that sort of thing. Even though you can use this with meths if you want to once it's empty. But what you do is undo the lid, cut out that metal strip there, just sling it, bin it, you don't need it. Inside there is a flammable gel. That comes off the bottom. Just clip it into the top, set the flammable gel on fire, and you've got a nice little stove there. As soon as the gel runs out, I'll include one of these. That'll last you about 3, maybe 4 days, depending on how much you're cooking. Just top it off and put the lid back on it, and it all nests back again into itself. And there you go, that's it. full little camping stove. I absolutely love this. It's really light, it's really tiny. I love how small that is. That, with the canteen cup, is everything you need for you know, making brews, doing some food. Love it. And if you can't be if you're just in a place where you can't set a fire, or if you just can't be bothered, really nice. So I'll sling that in there as well. And if you do need to buy any more of these gels, get down millets, blacks, go outdoors. I think the £3.50 a little pouch, and one of those, like I say, lasts you 3-4 days. Right then, also wanted to include some waterproofs for you. So British Military, Gore-Tex, DPM over trousers. So all you do is, starts raining, these come over you. They're a size large. Now, I'm a 36 waist and they fit me fine. They've got good cinch codes on them though, so if you need to make them smaller, you can do. And there's also a bit of give in them, so if you're a 38, they should fit you fine as well. The long leg as well, so fit great with your boots. So I'll stick them in there. And we've got a CAG in the bag. Simple waterproof over the top. It's a nice little shell. It's got a big pocket on the front for you to keep a map or whatever you need in it, and it's fully waterproof, so if the rain does start coming down, you can sling that on you. And it's just a nice little addition that I can sling in there. Now, what else have we got? This is a bit special. This is a British Military Camelback. It's got a 3 litre capacity. It's got its separate straps in there as well, so say you wanted to go for a jog in the evening and you was doing a big distance, you wanted to take some water with you, do the straps up, clip them in, and you can just wear this on its own. But if you don't want to, you want to put it in the backpack. They're hardware nicely, as you can see there. You can't even see they're on there. They're all hidden away inside this pouch at the back. And it's not been used, so it's brand new. There's no risk of any contaminants or anything like that. You've got this nice straw here, which has got a neoprene sleeve over it, which means that as it's coming over your shoulder, the sun's not going to warm up the fluid in there, so your first sip isn't going to be like really warm and horrible. You've got a dust cover on there as well, which is going to stop any particles or any grime getting onto the mouthpiece, so you're always going to have nice, clean, fresh water. Really nice little addition. I'll just bung that on the top. Now then, last couple of things. We all need one when we go camping. It's just a knife. This is what we call a single tank. It's a single piece of steel that goes all the way through. It's a tonto point, which means that it's got a nice angle on there like that, which makes it really useful if you want to do any whittling, any little campcraft chores. I've used this for battening, so breaking down bigger pieces of wood when I couldn't find any tinder, meaning that I could build a nice little campfire. So it's a really, really good knife, and it comes with a really solid sheath as well, so it's a really nice thing to have in there. So I'm going to put that in there. And the last thing, because all the kit here, it's either ex-military or it's all designed to be green and blend in with your environment. So if you want to go bird watching, wildlife spotting, if you just want to be able to blend into your environment and look around you, it's really nice to have a set of binocs. Now these are only a ×25 magnification, but they've got an anti-glare on the front, so you're not going to let off any wildlife as you're spotting them. I've used these for orienteering as well when I needed to spot out landmarks, see any trig points or anything like that. If I'm a little graphically embarrassed and I want to find out where I am. So they're nice, actually. Really good for perving on the neighbours as well. So yeah, really nice thing that I can sling in there for you. And that's a full comprehensive kit. So you've got literally everything. You've got a couple of toys in there, but you've got everything you need to camp out. You've got a couple of options there as well with the hammer core, whether you want to ground camp. A couple of nice little additions as well, which is going to make it a lot more comfortable, like that Thermarest chair kit. And everything fits away in there with room to spare. Like I said, this is a 100 litre capacity. I reckon right now, the way it stands, that's probably got about 60 litres worth in. This will raise right up here because it's a tall back, and you've got the 2 side pouches will give you another 10 litres either side, which is makes it a really good, versatile system. Everything that you're going to need, you can literally get this through the door, sling it on your back, and away you go. So I hope that's been informative for you. Check out the ad on Gumtree. Hit me back if there's any questions. But if you are interested in it, just give us a shout and I'll send it off to you.